the GoPro died. Did charge it last night, so figures. But yeah, I had to go to the Love's there in Richmond because I was going to scale my load because I picked up backwards and I just wanted to make sure that it was level because Fairbury didn't have the plastic Gaylord containers they normally have, so they had to use metal rack containers, which add about 500-600 pounds, I think, to the overall weight. I think is what Sam said. And so I was like, you know what, I want to be safe than sorry. And I was like, that Love's has a tire shop or a repair shop or whatever, so that works for me. So I scaled my truck, legal on all axles, a little heavier on the trailer than the truck, which is not a big deal for me. As long as I'm within legal weight on all axles, I don't care.
There's a speed trap ahead.
Hang on, I'm trying to navigate this split. Yeah, I'm on 57, just past that scale there. At 43, 42, 44, something like that. And so I think I spent an hour and a half getting loaded. And then I think it was like 2.5 hours for the tire. Mainly because they went to take the tire off and it rust welded itself to the hub, so they had to work at getting the rims separated to get them off the hub. And then because this truck or this trailer has the air management system, and come to find out that the main reason that inside tire was going low was, one, it had a U-bolt or something in the tire, and then the management line was rubbed through and it had a little bit of a hole. So I'm guessing yesterday while I was driving, the fact that I never released my trailer, or I never set my trailer brakes, that air kept everything at max PSI that it could, which was probably at the limit. And then when I set the brakes to get loaded, there was nothing to help keep air in the tire, so it just went flat. Luckily though, it stayed on the bead, so I didn't have to worry about that. So I got 2 new tires on the trailer, and they replaced the one airline for the management system and then put one on that was missing for the management system. And I have been hauling ass ever since. Now, had I not had the tire issue and the loading issue, I would have already been in Memphis because GPS said that I would have got there about 3:30. It is currently 6 o'clock. So, that estimate of about 2.5 hours plus the extra, that works out to about 3, so that works. That math adds up. The air stopped working in this truck again, so I'm going to swing into this rider shop that fixed it Tuesday and get them to check it. I'm wondering if it isn't just that little, I believe it's a Schrader valve, kind of the same concept of an air tire, or a tire's air valve stem. How it's a one-way valve, you got to depress it to let air out, and when you're adding air, it presses it down enough that it overcomes the pressure on the inside. Your AC system uses the same kind of valve, just in a bigger diameter, for adding and removing the Freon. And when the guys filled it up Tuesday, they sat there and had it hooked up to the machine for probably 30-45 minutes, and they essentially pressure tested it, and it it held the pressure. So I'm thinking it's the cap or the little valve stem in the adapter that you plug into. I'm wondering if it's that. I'm hoping it's that, and they can just kind of add like a stop leak or something into the system, or if it isn't that, they might have like a stop leak stuff that they can kind of add to kind of help keep it from leaking out the gas, or they can just take that valve out and put a new one in it, or pull it out and check it and then put it back and maybe reseating it. If that is the issue, we'll fix it. I just know that I went to bed with cold air and I woke up and it felt like a sauna in here, and I felt so bad because Anubis was laying on the floor panting, and I felt so bad. I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy. Upside, I finally got a good night's sleep before getting woken up because of the heat. I took the mattress from the top bunk and stuck it under the bottom bunk's mattress, because for some god reason, the top bunk mattresses are always narrower than the bottom bunk mattresses. But it's like, that bunk looks like it's the same size. Like, come on, people. Make them the same size so that when you're running solo and you got both bunks in there, you can just stack them and have a good thick mattress. Either way, stacking them gave me enough cushion, I'm going to say, because I'm not going to say support, that I actually got to sleep. And I was out. Like, I don't even remember. I vaguely remember closing my eyes, and that was it. Like, I put my CPAP mask on, and I laid down on my back. It was like, I don't want to do that. And I rolled over and put my head down, and that's all she wrote. Any of you guys know what this hill is on 57 here at about the 37, the Lick Creek area? Like, this is one of the only mountains that I actually run into that, like, I can actually get some speed with a load. Yeah, exit 36, Lick Creek Road. So I'm wondering what that mountain's called I just came down. It's not steep, but it's long. And then you gotta go back up the other side, which is probably at least half the length. And then you come into that area where the rest stops that are closed for renovation of the damn buildings. And apparently while they were closing it down, they went through and they cut down some trees. Like, don't shut down the fucking rest stop. Fuck the damn building. Let the building be renovated. Let it be closed. Don't close the rest stop. That's one of the only spots that you can stop on 57 between where the scales are at and the state line that's decent enough to stop at and will accommodate enough trucks. It's like, cone off an area, put up some of those water tank barriers or something. Leave it open for us to park, damn it. Somebody's doing something on the side of the road. I'm sorry about that noise, but with no air in this truck, I've had to crack the window about these Internationals, and I think the Volvos have the same kind. It's actual like 5x7-ish window that pops out instead of a little porthole like in the Cascadias. Like if they could take the bunk layout and put it in a Cascadia, I think it'd be great. Keep the ladder that folds into the top bunk. Fuck this climbing on your counter shit to get in your bed if you're up top. Fuck that. Yeah, like take this International's bunk layout, throw it in a Cascadia. Air management line, I never had any issues where I couldn't build pressure in any of my air tanks. So that kind of threw me off. Is that because there's an air tank on the trailer that kind of supplies everything, and it was a small enough leak that the air inflow overcame the leak? Or the air quantity in was more than the air quantity out, even though the tire was basically flat, and there was a spot in the line that was wore from rubbing, and it had a hole in it. But like, I never had the dash say that, hey, airline blah blah blah, or airline blah blah blah. Primary and secondary tanks, they both stayed over 100. Yeah. Like, it is so annoying that they closed down these damn rest stops here at about the 31. There's a warning for everybody over here in the east. Keep an eye out for our four-legged friends that are fearless. That is the one thing I did kind of like about running north and up into PA. Those couple weeks that I did that, I always saw deer over on the shoulder of the highways and the interstates. Worst case scenario, here at exit 30, I think there's a gas station with a dirt lot behind it. Sometimes people park in. And then the next exit past 30, if you get off and you get off going north and you go right, or south. If you're going south and you get off and you go right, there's a big dirt lot, I think that's next to a big business there. I'm not sure if the lot belongs to the business, but Google Maps shows there's a bunch of trucks in the image parked there. So maybe it's like one of those spots where the DOT uses it for when they're doing road construction, and then the rest of the time it's abandoned. And late night truckers start using it for when they gotta stop at like 4 in the morning. I make it to Ryder. Hopefully it's something easy and simple and they can just like, oh yeah, we missed that Monday or Tuesday. And they can actually make sure it's whatever it is. Because if they can at least diagnose it, if they can't fix it, when I drop the truck back off on Tuesday or whenever, I can be like, hey, look, this is what's wrong with the air. Or worst case scenario, I stop by Nashville on the way home tomorrow, or I hit Bowling Green going north. On Monday. I think there was a mommy duck or something trying to cross the road. There was a bunch of chicks on the road. Like little chicks. Oh. It's just why I like Europe. They've got land bridges over major interstates for the animals. And for the most part, they use them. Because they grass them and stuff. They make them out of like dirt. So it's as natural as they can, and they keep it like grass. And I think for the most part, the animals actually do use it. That are the places that make the under the interstate trails. Yesterday and today into today's video if I don't pass out when I get stopped. Worst case scenario, I'll do a couple shorty videos this weekend to kind of wrap this all up, or I might just do one long one. So for you diehard watchers, I might upload one that'll give you a good time killer. I may not say much. I may not say a lot. But I try to at least be interesting.